Complete the fractions to show how many shapes have been shaded and match them to the correct fraction label. So the 7 here shows the total number of shapes. We call this a denominator. So here we have 7. Now I've just counted the number shaded in, which is 5, and that's what we call the numerator. So 5 out of 7 are shaded in, which is 5/7. Okay, now let's have a look at the next one. So in total we have 5 shapes and we have 4 shaded in, so 4 out of 5 or 4/5. Let's look at the next one. How many do we have? How many shapes do we have in total? We have 3, so that's the denominator. And out of the 3, 2 are shaded in. So 2 out of 3 or 2/3 are shaded in. Now the last one, how many shapes do we have in total? We have 6, so that's the denominator. And we have 1 shaded in, so 1/6. Colour 1/4 of the shape. How can we write 1/4 as a fraction? 1/4 is 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4 equal parts. So I'm going to find 4 parts in my shape and shade in 1. So I'm going to put a ring around 4 equal parts. And out of the 4, I'm going to shade in 1. Now I can do this another time because there's another 4. And out of that 4, I'm going to shade in 1. So in total, I have 2 shaded in. Colour 1/3 of the shape. So 1/3 is 1 out of 3 equal parts. So I'm going to put a ring around every 3. And out of every 3, I'm going to shade in 1. So in total, I will have 3 shaded in. So 1/3 will be 3 of those. Colour 1/5 of the shape. We write this as 1/5, so it's 1 out of 5 equal parts. So I'm going to put a ring around 5 and shade in 1 out of every 5. So out of every 5, we shade in 1. So in total, we will have 2. Find the fraction shaded. Now, as we said before, the denominator, the number at the bottom, is the total number. So here, we've got 2 in total and 1 is shaded in. Here we have 4 parts in total, so that's my denominator. And we have 2 parts shaded in, so 2 out of 4 is shaded. Or you can say 2/4 of the shape is shaded in. Can you shade these shapes to represent the fraction? So here we have 1/3. So out of every 3, I'm going to shade in 1. So I'm going to put a ring around 3. And I'm going to shade in 1 out of 3. Can do that again. Shade in 1 out of 3. Now let's shade in 2/3. So out of every 3, I'm going to shade in 2. So I'm going to put a ring around 3 and shade in 2 of those. I'm going to put a ring around another 3 and again shade in another 2 and repeat that until you've completed the shape. And you should have 6 parts shaded in. Let's find 1/4 of 8. So I'm going to use a similar strategy to before, but this time for my 8, I'm going to draw it out myself. So I'm going to draw 8 dots. And then like before, I'm going to put a ring around 4 and shade or tick 1. Okay, so I'm going to put a ring around 4 there. And I'm going to tick or highlight one of those. Around another 4 and tick or highlight. So in total, we have 2. So 1/4 of 8 equals 2. Let's try B. So 1/5 of 10. So I'm going to draw in 10 dots. Okay, and I'm going to put a ring around 5, and out of every 5 I'm going to tick 1 or highlight 1. Okay, got another 5 to put a ring around. So how many in total have I ticked? I have ticked 2. Let's try finding 3/4 of 8. So again, like before, I'm going to draw out my 8. And out of every 4, I am going to tick 3. So I'm going to put a ring around 4 and tick 3 of those. And then I'm going to add the ticks in total. So in total, I've got 6 ticks, so 3/4 of 8 equals 6. Now let's try, I'm going to try doing E, 4/5 of 15. Okay, so I'm going to draw out my 15 dots. And out of every 5 dots, I'm going to tick 4. And do that until you put a ring around all of the dots. And then the final step is to add all those ticks. So they are 12, so 4/5 of 15 equals 12.